Hello folks, my name is Leo and welcome to my nerd world. So today I will talk about a movie called Michael, as you can see here, and it's about Michael Jackson, okay? And I will give synopsis here and give you my opinion. This is a review of this movie, okay? But before I do that, first time here at this channel and you like this kind of content, talk about movies, series, animes, pop culture in general, leave a like and subscribe, okay? It's really important. So there's a subscribe there, click there, subscribe and enjoy the video here, okay? So and ask and show this video with with your friends and show this video to your friends and also your family, okay? And ask them to subscribe here because I need your help. So because my goal here is to reach 500 subscribers, okay? Help this channel, give the support. So show them, and if they like this video here, ask them to subscribe and put their likes here, okay? And of course, let's work together as Avengers. Let's put this channel to grow more and more and more, and let's assemble all together. If you do it, I appreciate that. So help me a lot this channel. We need help, a lot of help here, okay? So let's talk about Michael. Okay, so Michael Jackson. Everybody knows Michael Jackson, right? So this movie here is a biography of Michael Jackson. Okay, so that's the synopsis here. That's all you need to know. This is a biography about the biography of Michael Jackson. Okay, and here they talk about. Since he was when he was a kid to yeah from when he was a kid to when he became king of pop, okay, that the king of pop, okay. and and the thing is here, so it's really interesting that they show how is his relationship with his family, right? That really interesting here. Okay, that so this movie is really good for me. Okay, that so but one problem for me here in this movie is like they jump the story so quickly, right? So they don't tell more stories, right? They tell a little bit and jump to another year. Okay, that here they show. Do you remember the video clips about the songs, right? The thriller, beat it, right? And also some songs, right? That here is really nostalgic for some people, right? Because who is a really fan of Michael Jackson? Like me, I love Michael Jackson. Okay, I love Michael Jackson. My favorite songs from Michael Jackson is Thriller, Beat It. Okay, it's really good. Billie Jean, it's okay, and also I forgot the name. That is about criminal, right? I forgot the name of the song, right? So I really like the so they put some songs here, okay. It's really interesting songs, right? And when you see the video clip, right? So there are some video clips about those songs I mentioned here, right? And they show how it looks like a make off of these of those video clips there, right? And they show this journey, right? So since he was a kid, right? So because in the beginning they talk about that there was a group they call Jackson 5, right? And Michael is one of them, right? So Michael he is in there in this group, right? And he was discovered by he was discovered in this group, right? And he decided to okay, I wanna do this alone. Okay, I wanna a solo. Okay, I wanna my career a solo career. Okay, that, and he decided that, and they show a little bit more about his relationship with his father, right? That so it's really interesting that the relationship that because when you have father or mother, right? So especially father, okay? uh, every fathers they want to your they want to they want their child to be something, right? That it's almost the same that because of that is a good message here, right? Because the father wants to him to be something, right? But he wants to be something else, right? That so it's almost the same message, right? So yeah, because the father said, "Okay, I want you in this group there," but he doesn't want. He wants to do this alone, right? And and what's the message here, right? In this movie, the mother and father, okay, that they need to listen to their children, right? That, so what do you want to do in the future, right? So you want to be a pop star, you want to be a rock star, you want to be a soccer player, you want to be a doctor, whatever, right? So everybody knows that, right? So the father and mother, they always said, yeah, they want to your child to do what they want, okay, right? So you need to do what they want you to do, right? That you know what I mean, okay? That so and the message here for all children. So the children needs to choose what they want to do, okay, in the future, right? What kind of job they want, right? And they dedicate to where they study a lot about this job, right? That and keep it going, right? And so and they choose that. For example, my mother, for example, she always wants me to be a doctor, right? But I wasn't interested in being a doctor, right? So I chose physical education because I like it in physical education. I like sports, right? Soccer, volleyball, basketball. I like that, right? I like sports, right? Nowadays nowadays I don't do that. I don't watch a lot soccer games, right? So I don't watch a lot that. Sometimes I watch it, but sometimes I watch basketball, volleyball, right? So nowadays I like more volleyball than soccer. Okay, but now I changed my life doing these videos for you guys here, right? So that's yeah, because I discovered that I like more pop culture than sports, right? And I keep it doing these videos, right? So, but this is a message here in this movie, right? So, because his father in this movie here, he always force him to do something he doesn't want, and also they show how his father treat him, right? That so it looks like if you don't obey your father, you have a punishment, right? That so you have a punishment, right? Like a belt, right? That so you have a belt and right? Or maybe you have a slappy, you maybe you are worn out, right? Right? So we don't know, right? So because a long time ago in 1980s or 1970s, so fathers and mothers they don't have a mercy, right? A mercy, right? So they slap you or they use the belt to punish their child, right? That their children, I mean, right? Yeah, so that's the some relationship between his father, dad. So yeah, it looks like if you don't obey your father, you have a punishment, right? Like that. That's the some stories they talk about here, but there are more stories. Okay, But I know some people they are, but those stories, like I said, they jump so quickly, right? So they talk a little bit of the story and jump, right? So a little they jump to another story, right? Because the movie has 1 hour and a half, right? So 1 hour and a half the time, right? Of the movie here. So it's so quickly the story, right? It's not so long story, right? That it's so quickly that, right? That's one negative for me here, right? But what I really like in this movie here is about this guy here. That guy here, who plays Michael Jackson, his name is Jafar Jackson. Okay, the Jafar Jackson, he's a actor and also a singer. Okay, and also he is the nephew of Michael Jackson. Okay, so that was really interesting that because you are using someone in the family to talk about to tell the story about your uncle or your father or your mother, something like that, right? Different from the other movies we had before. For example, Elvis Presley, right? So they used only actor, not the singer. And the guy who plays Elvis here, he's not in the family of Elvis, right? It's the same from Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Remember that movie about Fred Mercury, okay? Uh, and also the movie talk about Elton John, right? The Rock Man, right? That. So they use the only actors, but they are not in the family, right? So here is different. So they chose someone in the family to play the Michael Jackson. Okay, that was really interesting. That so his voice is the same from Michael Jackson. His voice and how he sing the songs and how he dances the songs, right? So it's the same there. So it looks like you are watching the Michael Jackson itself, right? So maybe Michael Jackson is not dead, he's alive, right? So looks like that, right? For me was really good was that, and I like these makeup, right? The makeup is really interesting, that, right? And in the end of this story here, there are some people they are complaining that so that's it. Is only this story they will talk about? No, because there is a message in the end there. I'm not going to talk about this because it's going to be a spoiler, right? There. So the message they to using another word to describe this message that uh, we will have the second movie about this Michael Jackson. Okay, so yeah, so there's a message there. They are saying that. So in other words, they said, okay, we are gonna have more stories about Michael Jackson. So, and this guy here, Jafar Jackson, in one interview there, he said the second movie he's already developing. Okay, that so yeah, they are developing. They are developing the second movie, right? So here is one part of the story, right? Like I said about the family, and when he was since he was a kid, until he became a pop star, right? That. But after that, we have more stories. For example, when he changes his skin, right? So you see he is black, right? So, but that's a story, right? I think in the second movie, they will talk about this when he changes his skin for white, right? And also about his death, right? So his death there. So probably they will talk about this, right? And because he had a cancer or something like that, right? So we don't know that. And there's another story is about he was accused of something something about children, right? That so I don't know. I don't know is it true or is fake news. I don't know that. Okay. And also there are some good Easter eggs here about, for example, he watched some uh, yeah, so he watched some TV shows. It's really famous in 1970s or 1960s or 1950s, something like that. For example, he was watching the Three Stooges. I love the Three Stooges, right? And also watching the Charlie Chaplin movies, right? There's some Easter eggs about Mickey Mouse, for example, there because he has, and also there's some fairy tale, right? A fairy tale about Peter Pan. Okay, so about Neverland, right? So maybe you know the you know this story for a long time ago, right? About Peter Pan, right? So and he was reading this book, right? So many good Easter eggs here, right? And my rate for this Michael here, the Michael movies, I will give it 9 out of 10. Okay, that because it's a good movie, right? So just the story is they jump in so quickly, right? But the rest of the things here, they are so amazing. I like it, the visual of the characters. They are so similar to the family, right? So and this guy here is perfect. His acting is really impressed for me, right? And looks like I'm watching. Uh, Looks like I'm watching Michael Jackson in front of me, right? The Michael Jackson itself. Okay, that so like I said, okay, that's my opinion about this movie. But what about your opinion? But here in the below in the comments here, what's your opinion? Have you watched this movie? But here below in the comments, what's your opinion about that? Okay, and thanks for watching this video, guys. Here, and of course, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe here. It's really important that. Share this video with your friends and ask them to subscribe here, and also share with your family also, okay? And ask them to subscribe here. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers, okay? Help this channel, give it the support. Let's put this channel to grow more and more and more. Let's work as Avengers and let's assemble, okay? If you do it, I will appreciate that, okay? And I see you on the next video, so see you. Take care.